Just weeks before the NHL Finals, something happened that shocked fans across the league. A player who worked hard for over 10 years, gone. His reason? It wasn't by choice. What he finally told everyone will make you stop and listen. The truth is out, and it all started with one hit in a game that didn't matter. Jesper played hockey for 11 seasons in the NHL. On June 2nd, 2025, he said something no player ever wants to say. He said he was done playing. Not because he wanted to stop, he had to. The reason was serious. It had to do with his neck. He got hurt badly and couldn't keep playing. This happened after a game in April 2024. Fast was playing for the Carolina Hurricanes. It was their last game of the season. They had already made the playoffs. That game didn't count for anything important. But something terrible happened. Erik Gudbranson, who plays for the Columbus Blue Jackets, hit Fast from behind with his stick. It was a cross-check. Fast fell hard. That hit changed everything. The team said Jesper Fast had a serious neck injury. He didn't play any games after that. In August 2024, he had neck surgery. Doctors told him he could not return to play hockey safely. He missed the whole 2024 to 2025 season. Then, after almost a year of waiting, Fast said he was retiring. He was only 33 years old. In his own words, Jesper Fast said this: "I never took for granted the privilege of playing in the best league in the world. I am grateful for all of the teammates, coaches, staff, and fans from the Rangers and Hurricanes who made my time in the NHL so special, and for my family for everything they have done for me. I'd also like to thank Nesho HC and HV71 organizations that played a vital role in my development into an NHL player." He thanked the teams he played for. He thanked his family and his first coaches back home in Sweden. But what stood out was what he didn't say. He didn't blame anyone. He didn't complain. He didn't ask for attention. He just told the truth. Jesper Fast was born in Sweden. He started playing pro hockey for HV71 in the Swedish league. In 2010, the New York Rangers picked him in the NHL draft. They chose him in the 6th round with the 157th pick. He came to the NHL a few years later. Fast played his first NHL game in the 2013 to 2014 season. He didn't score many goals, but he was known for doing the little things right. He worked hard. He helped his team by playing strong defense. He wasn't a star, but his teammates loved him. From 2017 to 2020, he was an alternate captain for the Rangers. That means he was one of the leaders on the team. In New York, he won the Players' Player Award 5 times. That award is special. It's not from coaches or fans. It's voted on by the players. It means his teammates respected him more than anyone else. That says a lot. In 2020, Fast left New York and signed a 3-year deal with the Carolina Hurricanes. That's where he played the rest of his career. In the 2021 to 2022 season, he played every single game. That year, he scored 14 goals and had 20 assists. He had a plus-minus of +24. That means the team scored more than they gave up when he was on the ice. At the end of that season, he got another award, the Steve Chiasson Award. That award goes to the player who shows the most effort, courage, and heart. It is picked by the team. Once again, people saw how much Jesper Fast cared. One of his biggest moments came in the 2023 NHL playoffs. He scored 2 overtime goals. One of those goals won the series against the New Jersey Devils. That was huge. That sent the Hurricanes to the Eastern Conference Finals. Those goals are still remembered by fans. Over his career, Fast played in 703 regular season games. He scored 91 goals and had 157 assists. That means he got 248 points. He also played in 80 playoff games. In those games, he scored 14 goals and had 13 assists. Fast was not the kind of player who made highlight reels every night. He was the kind of player who made teams better. Coaches trusted him. Players looked up to him. Fans respected him. He worked hard and didn't make excuses. That's why his retirement was such big news. The hit that ended his career was never supposed to happen. The Hurricanes were resting their top players. Fast was out there to fill a spot. The game didn't matter in the standings, but it changed his life. The hit from Gudbranson caused a neck injury that doctors said could become dangerous if he ever played again. No one knew how bad it was at first. The Hurricanes kept things quiet. But when Fast missed the whole season, people started asking questions. Now we know. He had surgery. He tried to recover. But in the end, he couldn't go back. When he broke his silence, people finally understood. Jesper Fast didn't retire because he was tired. He didn't retire because he wanted to stop. He retired because he had to, because one more hit could do permanent damage. On the day he made his announcement, fans from New York and Carolina posted messages online. They thanked him. They called him classy, tough, and a true pro. Former teammates said he made the locker room better. Coaches said they always trusted him to do the right thing on the ice. Fast didn't cry, he didn't complain, he just told the truth, and he thanked the people who helped him. His last message to fans was simple. He said, "I'm grateful I can still walk away." That's all, no drama, no spotlight, just facts. Jesper Fast's retirement came during one of the most exciting times in the NHL, the Stanley Cup Finals. But his story reminded fans of something else. Hockey is a tough game. Careers can end fast. Even good players can be forced out when they least expect it. There is no timeline for what comes next for Jesper Fast. He hasn't said if he'll coach, stay with a team, or move back to Sweden. What we do know is that his time on the ice is over. He leaves behind a strong record. Over 700 games played, over 200 points scored, awards from teammates, praise from coaches, and memories that fans in two cities will not forget. When someone gives everything they have to their sport, and then it ends with one injury, it makes people think. Not just about hockey, but about how fast things can change. One day, you're scoring goals. The next, you're done for good. Jesper Fast didn't get a farewell game. He didn't get a big tribute video. He didn't want attention. He just said what happened and thanked the people who helped him. That's all. That is why this story shocked people. Because it was real, it was honest, and it came from someone who always put the team first.
I don't know, you feel for it. I'm feeling the same way. It's like I said, it's sad. It's heartbreaking. It's something you don't enjoy. We're not happy with that outcome either. And yeah.
Mitch Marner plays hockey for the Toronto Maple Leafs, but something big is going on. Just days after the team lost in the playoffs, a video showed Marner yelling at teammates during the game. Now reports say he might leave. Teams are talking, trade ideas are growing, and something almost happened already. It didn't, but it was close. Now everyone's watching. Mitch might not stay. On May 18th, 2025, the Toronto Maple Leafs played one of the most important games of their season. It was Game 7 of the playoff series against the Florida Panthers. Fans were excited. Everyone was hoping the Leafs would win and move on to the next round, but they didn't win. They lost badly. The final score was 6-1. The Panthers moved on. The Leafs went home. This loss was more than just another defeat. It made NHL history. It was the 7th time in a row that the Leafs lost in Game 7 of a playoff series. No other team has ever done that. That's a record the team didn't want to break. But the score wasn't the only thing people talked about that night. During the game, a video clip was recorded and quickly spread across the internet. In the video, Leafs star Mitch Marner was yelling at his teammates. He looked angry. Some fans said he didn't look like he was even trying hard. One person wrote online, "Not a drop of sweat on his head." That short clip started a storm of questions. Why was Marner yelling? Was he blaming the team? And most of all, was this the moment that broke the Toronto Maple Leafs? Just days after the loss, new reports started coming out. They said that Mitch Marner might not want to play for Toronto anymore. One article from the Times of India said he already has a list of NHL teams he would rather play for. That means he's thinking about a future without the Maple Leafs. But this wasn't the first time something like this happened. Back in the summer of 2024, the Maple Leafs tried to trade Mitch Marner. They had talks with the Vegas Golden Knights. The Leafs wanted a top defenseman named Shea Theodore, but Vegas said no. They didn't want to give him up, so the trade fell apart. That trade never happened, but the talk never stopped. It's now stronger than ever. Now it's June 2025. Marner still hasn't signed a new deal with the Maple Leafs. And there's another problem: money. Reports say Marner wants a new contract that could pay him around $13 million per year. That's a lot, even for a player as good as he is. And the Maple Leafs may not be able to afford it. There's a thing in hockey called the salary cap. Teams can't spend more than a certain amount on all their players combined. If they give Marner what he wants, they may not have enough money left to sign other important players. So what do? Let him go? Try to trade him again? No one knows. But something else is making it harder for Toronto to keep him. In the US, some states don't make people pay state income tax. Places like Florida, Texas, and Nevada let players keep more of their paycheck. That's a big deal for someone earning millions. Canada doesn't have that rule. So if Marner stays with the Leafs, he could lose a lot more money to taxes. Some fans and reporters are asking, can Canadian teams even keep their best players anymore? The answer might be no. That's not all. More reports are now saying that the Vegas Golden Knights and the Los Angeles Kings are both very interested in getting Marner. Other teams like the San Jose Sharks, Anaheim Ducks, and Columbus Blue Jackets have also been named. One article from Yardbarker said, Mitch Marner stuns Maple Leafs fans. Only one Canadian team on his radar. That means he doesn't seem to want to stay in Canada, except for maybe one team. The rest of the places he might go are all in the US. Even betting websites have joined the buzz. They are giving odds on where Marner might end up next. Many believe he could land in Vegas or Los Angeles. So what happens now? The NHL free agency period starts on July 1st. That's the day when teams are allowed to sign new players. If Marner doesn't make a deal with the Leafs before then, he could be traded, or he might walk away. But here's what makes this even bigger. Mitch Marner isn't just any player. He's one of the Maple Leafs' most important stars. If he leaves, the whole team could change. People are also watching how this could affect Auston Matthews. He's another top player on the team. If Marner goes, Matthews might have to take on an even bigger role. One article said, Mitch Marner's uncertain future could quietly shift Auston Matthews' role in Toronto. That means Matthews could end up being the face of the team, whether he wants to or not. But why did this all start? Many people believe it goes back to that video, the one where Marner was yelling on the bench. That moment showed something big. It showed that something was very wrong inside the team. When fans saw that, they stopped asking if the team would change. They started asking when, and that when could be now. Marner hasn't talked much since the season ended. He hasn't done interviews or posted anything about what's next. That silence has made the rumors grow even louder. The Maple Leafs have a big choice to make. If they keep Marner and give him the contract he wants, they may not be able to improve the rest of the team. If they trade him, they might get new players or draft picks, but lose one of their best scorers. And if Marner leaves, fans will want to know why. Was it the money? Was it the pressure of playing in Toronto? Or was it what happened in that game, when he lost his cool and told his teammates exactly what he thought? There's no answer yet, but the whole league is watching. The Maple Leafs were once seen as a team ready to win it all. But after 7 straight Game 7 losses, people are starting to wonder, can they still win with the players they have, or do they need to start over? This isn't just a player leaving a team. This could be the start of something much bigger. One player shouted during a game, now the entire NHL is waiting to see what happens because of it. Will the Leafs trade Mitch Marner? Will he stay and take less money? Will another team make a huge offer? July 1st is coming soon, and everything might change. Something big just happened behind the scenes of the NHL playoffs. Connor McDavid's wife, Lauren Kyle, broke her silence, and it came at a time no one expected. Right in the middle of the Stanley Cup chase, she shared some surprising news and personal feelings. It wasn't just about hockey. It was about stress, emotions, and one big surprise fans never saw coming. The Edmonton Oilers won Game 5 of the Western Conference Final. The final score was 6-3 against the Dallas Stars. That win sent the Oilers back to the Stanley Cup Final for the second year in a row. The last time that happened for any NHL team was 2009. The Oilers are now going to face the Florida Panthers, just like they did last year. The Panthers won last time. Now, Edmonton wants a different ending. Right after the Oilers won Game 5, Lauren Kyle, the wife of Connor McDavid, went on Instagram. She posted a short message. It said, "Finals baby." She also posted a few pictures showing her excitement. This short post got a lot of attention. Fans and media shared it all over the internet. It showed how much the win meant, not just to players, but to their families too. Lauren Kyle is not just known for being married to one of the top NHL players. She is also a businesswoman. She is opening a new bar in downtown Edmonton. It's called Bar Trove. It will open on June 6, 2025. That is right during the Stanley Cup Final. The location is the Canada Permanent Building. It is a historic building in the city. The bar will have a European-style design. It's meant to be fancy but comfortable. The goal is to create a place where people can enjoy food and drinks while also enjoying great design. Lauren has a background in interior design. This bar is her big project. In an interview, she said she wanted Bar Trove to be more than just a bar. It will also show her work as a designer. She worked on everything, from the look of the furniture to the lighting. NHL wives and friends are already showing support for it. Some have said they will visit when it opens. At the same time, Lauren shared how hard it is to be the wife of a hockey player during the playoffs. She called the experience emotional and chaotic. She explained that playoff time brings a lot of stress. Families live with the highs and lows of every game. Wins are exciting. Losses can be hard to deal with. She said, "It's emotional and chaotic." She gave this quote during a story about what it's like being part of the NHL life off the ice. Many fans don't get to see this side of things. It's not just about what happens in the arena. It's also about the people behind the players. Connor McDavid is having a strong playoff season. He has 26 points in 16 games. That includes both goals and assists. He's helping lead his team on the ice. Off the ice, Lauren Kyle is dealing with the pressure in her own way. She's planning a bar opening, supporting her husband, and sharing her feelings with the world. She posted pictures of her family and friends in Edmonton. She showed people getting ready for the bar launch. One photo showed her hugging a friend. Another showed her looking at designs and colors for Bar Trove. These were not normal game day posts. They were full of emotion. Lauren Kyle and Connor McDavid have been together for years. They keep most of their private life quiet. But during this playoff run, Lauren has opened up more than usual. She's showing what the playoffs feel like for people not wearing skates. She shared stories about long days, nervous nights, and cheering during big moments. On May 29th, 2025, just before the Oilers won the conference final, Lauren posted a story on Instagram. It had a short video. She was walking through Bar Trove. She showed the final touches being made. "Can't wait for everyone to see this," she wrote. This was only 1 week before opening day. At the same time, news outlets picked up her story. They talked about how the Oilers are not just playing for the cup, they're also dealing with pressure from all sides. ESPN, Reuters, and the Times of India wrote about Lauren's updates. One article said, "It's not just the players who are feeling the heat. Their families are right there with them." Lauren Kyle also posted updates with her dog and family. She showed what life is like when Connor is at practice or away for games. These stories got support from fans. Many people left comments saying they were glad to see the human side of NHL life. Lauren's business, Bar Trove, is set to become a part of Edmonton's nightlife. It will open just 3 days after Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Some people think players may even visit during off days. The location and timing make that possible. Another major part of Lauren's story is how she is supported by other NHL wives. During her posts, she tagged other women who are also married to NHL players. Many of them reposted her stories. They congratulated her and promised to attend the opening. That support shows how tight the hockey community can be, especially during the playoffs. Lauren also gave an interview where she talked about her plans after the playoffs. She said she wants to expand her design business. She's already worked on other homes and restaurants, but Bar Trove is her biggest project so far. She said, "This is a dream coming true. I've been working on this for over a year." The timing of her business launch and the Stanley Cup Final is rare. It adds pressure, but Lauren says she's ready. She told one news site, "It's a lot, but I'm excited." She also thanked fans who reached out with kind messages. Connor McDavid has not made many public comments about Bar Trove, but in a short interview he said, "I'm proud of what Lauren's doing. She's worked really hard." That quote came from a post-game press talk. It showed that even while focusing on hockey, he's aware of what's happening back home. The Oilers will face the Florida Panthers starting June 4th. Last year, the Panthers beat them in the finals. This year, Edmonton is looking for revenge. Fans are watching not just the games, but also the stories around them, like Lauren Kyle's. Media coverage of Lauren's posts has spread worldwide. Sites in Canada, India, and the US have reported on her comments. That shows how big the Stanley Cup has become and how much people care about the personal side of sports. No one expected Lauren Kyle to make headlines, but now she's part of the story. Her posts gave people a look into what it feels like to live through a championship run. Her business launch, her emotional words, and her online support have made her one of the most talked about people during this playoff run. She's not playing on the ice, but her voice, her work, and her presence have added something new to this year's Stanley Cup story.
Canada, oh Canada, our home and brave land.
That's not really close.
An all-Canadian final.
Oh my goodness.
And the Stanley Cup champion, the Edmonton.
Charles Barkley just dropped the boldest NHL prediction of 2025, and hockey fans can't stop talking about it. He's calling for an all-Canadian Stanley Cup final between the Leafs and Oilers. But the real shocker, he capped it off by singing "Oh Canada" live on TV. Sir Charles doesn't just think a Canadian team will end the 32-year Cup drought. He's betting on a historic all-Canadian showdown that hasn't happened since 1989. Oh, Canada, our home and native land. Sorry about the tariffs, but y'all going to get us back with a Stanley Cup victory. Barkley belted out after picking the Oilers to win it all, proving once again that his hockey enthusiasm far exceeds his singing ability. What makes Barkley's prediction so fascinating isn't just the outcome. It's how seriously he approached the entire playoff bracket. This wasn't some random celebrity making wild guesses. Barkley went through every series methodically, showing surprising knowledge about player injuries, goaltending situations, and even coaching matchups. He knew Jason Robertson was out for Dallas. He referenced John Cooper's coaching record. He praised Vasilevsky as the hot goalie. The Basketball Hall of Famer clearly watches hockey and watches it closely. In the Eastern Conference, Barkley picked Toronto to defeat Ottawa in the Battle of Ontario first round, giving a special shout-out to my man Austin Matthews, Scottsdale, Arizona. He then boldly predicted the Leafs would take down the defending champion Tampa Bay Lightning in the second round, something they failed to do in previous playoff meetings. This is their year.